Um, Hello, everybody. I don't really care who knows me or my name or whatever. I'm an Aries. Don't matter to me. I'm always looking for a fight. Um, if you people want to know about the truth about the All-Seeing-Eye, and what I've learned is that the All-Seeing-Eye was infiltrated, and so it wind up getting mind controlled. I guess what happens like back in ancient times, during when there was Ramses. After Ramses died, he was actually connected to the zodiac, and which made him a demigod. And see, man had watchers here on the ground, and this is what the Bible talks about with the watchers, because at first, in the beginning, there were watchers on the ground watching the stars, how they do things, and how people are created, and how demigods are created and wind up ruling, because they wind up being chosen or lightened like star seeds from real stars. What we have here today is all blocked out. All the chemtrails, they block out the the zodiac, and all the stars up there. The real ones are destiny stones. They block us. They block us from it with the chemtrails. And then what they do is they try to align themselves to connect to a computer. And the thing is, they connect you people to a computer, and you could be, connected when they heighten you, because they do that through brain damage. And that's because they hit your brain all the time. And when they find like people that are kind of like star seeds or different from others or whatever, is that they find out, they get in your head, and they mess with you, and they give you some like trauma or whatever, and then they pull information out from the stars that might be connected to you, but they block you out with fluoridation. And a lot of people have destinies, but see, they want their people that are dishonest, that will do whatever the All-Seeing-Eye wants them to. But he's mind controlled, and they got like kind of like military. And this is where it comes to where when Ramses died, um, the military took over, and then there was famine, and they did the same thing. They do that every civilization. They'll break down the country whenever that there's the main one that's supposed to destroy them, or the dragon. And so they'll try to destroy him, because he's the one that supposedly protects the country, because they're afraid of him. And it's mostly like an Aries. And an Aries is from even Roman times. They slay the demon gods or whatever. But see, what happens is that this All-Seeing Eye, it probably got in contact with some younger people, and then talked a lot, and the Masons started sharing their stuff and revealing stuff. And then, you got the Illuminati and this and that. They're all the same. And basically, all these people are just apple biters, because they infiltrate the church, they infiltrate the Catholic. And when it comes to a time where people start relaxing and start doing whatever they want, they get inside their head after they heighten them, and then they start doing like things that whatever's up there, like drone stars. Actually, they're just drone stars, you know. And I know you'll probably get blocked. So if you're feeling kind of weird, or you're kind of like or whatever, or you want to discern it, or you kind of block out what I just said, is because they're inside your head. What they did is they tied into your frequency. Now, these are ham radio operators. And see, they have a program, which is a big computer. It looks like one of those systems they got, data mining or whatever, or some other thing. And it's a big old computer and stuff like that. And so they connect. They're just like in ancient time, where the Sumerians, the hieroglyphs, and the carvings in the walls, where they're putting a pineal gland, a pine cone, into this little tree thing, and they plug it in, and then they got these bird people that are flying around, with wings in a circle, and those are drones. But back then they did it a little differently. This was like warfare to build their kingdom and stuff like that. But see, they had watchers then, and then people that spy and this and that and here and there. And so what they used to do was just cling on to the ones that were the leaders or the demigods, the kings or the queens, the emperors, and this and that and here and there. And so they really worked this for quite some time, because for a while they had watchers, and they would watch the connection, and some people had sight where they could see the invisible realm, like I can now, because I'm not fluoridated. I don't have any calcium. I caught the beast, which is the all-seeing eye. The beast is not the ram. The beast is not the ram. The ram is not Satan. The ram doesn't say anything about an upside down cross. See, the story is that the ram predicted, through he's an oracle as well. Well, that's me. And so what I do is I stay up and I heighten myself up, and I fast and stuff, and I do whatever I do, and I heighten myself. And then when I'm receiving something that I'm trying to get, because it's hard to break through, because that all-seeing eye, third eye, it goes through your eyes, and then it sears circles around your retina, and then the all-seeing eye goes right here. It's like, aliens, where it grabs on your head and it puts something down your throat like a little baby down here. But it's like, what it is, it controls your mind. And then what that spinning wheel is, like Nazi Germany, Hitler, and the swastika, that is not like, oh, we all know it's evil. But see, what you people missed is every year they show the Jews getting powdered by fluoride. That takes them away from God. It takes you people away from God. That takes you people away from your zodiac. And the zodiac is our main thing. It should be our religion, because it connects to everyone, and we're all the same. Or we're all the same to our zodiac sign. But you get these apple biters that are the middleman, and that eye that you may see, that's the devil. That's Lucifer. He's not the light bringer. He heightens you up, but he keeps you on a program in a computer, and you might see colors and other stupid shit, but see, it will bite you in the ass, and the thoughts will betray, because it wants to run your life, and it wants to destroy you. Or if you're just a regular bird, but once you step out of line, then they start punishing you, and they'll hit your brain. You'll get headaches, or your eyes start hurting, or your kidneys start hurting if you drink. And that's what cancer comes from, is that all-seeing eye. It'll lock in your eyes, and it will set you in a problem. And it's right here too as well. And you'll have like a little avatar. That's why in ancient time, like holy people would have this bowl around their head, but it's actually right here, because they kind of kept it a secret and made it like kind of holy. And see, those people are heightened and enlightened. Usually it comes with age. That's why it takes so long at age 40 when your pineal gland opens. But with that fluoridation, it blocks you off. And then at the same time as that, they'll block you. They'll put a screen that and they'll use a light or whatever, and it flashes you, because they use these avatars and the computer and a program to lock into you, and you'll start to see them, when you're heightened. And usually the people that are mostly heightened the most are the ones that may do drugs, because it's not the drugs that do the damage. It's these people up there, is that they get in you, and then they punish you, and they send frequency bullets that are actually bullets, like Megadeth, where it says warheads for foreheads. And they'll send bullets that are invisible, and all of a sudden your head hurts and this and that. And if you got migraines, it's because of them. And if you start making excuses about anything, that you have different pains or whatever, and you write it off as like, oh, natural, it's the weather, oh, it's my allergies, oh, it's I don't know why my eyes water, it's probably the makeup, or the cleaning off my makeup, or I got a headache because the noise, or this and that. But as you get older, you start getting more sensitive. And as you get older, your ears start to ring. Or if you got ringing tinnitus, that's a clue that someone's tapped into your brain. And then you start to hear them. And see, that little ringing is nothing about heightening anything. It's not, it's damage. It's heightening, yes. It's just constant damage, and there's a chatterbox in there. And if you really pay attention slowly, but don't, you can actually hear the voice. It's almost like I don't know, like a little voice go, and it puts you in a computer, and it basically probably telling you to kill yourself, this and that, and here and there, and puts you in depression. People need shielding glasses. I use these radiation glasses, and you can get them off eBay. And I normally have a 3-layer pair of glasses that I finally cracked the code to actually blocking out their heavy frequencies and blocking out the all seeing eye and mirroring them off and stuff like that. And see, when you cut them off, is you break that spinning wheel, which is putting you on a program, and everybody's on it, because there's a song from Megadeth that goes, all locked on, all but one. And they call me courageous because Megadeth says that, to kill the wicked behind their cages, because they're locked in to the all-seeing eye and they really can't do anything. And so this is why there's Uber Eats and deliveries now, and they really made that prevalent, and they made things easier for their lives. See, the thing is that the problem is that it says, do not eat from the forbidden tree, do not eat the forbidden apple. You see, that's very crucial, because, see, these people are apple biters. What it meant was in the Bible that you can eat from all these trees, because trees are family lineage, like family lines, from all the fruit or whatever, which is the fruit is the brains, and a lot of cultures, people eat brains, and it's supposed to be like sweet, but these people eat brains. They just get in it. Just like the Sumerians and stuff like that. But this is in new age times, and it's real. What I mean? These are apple biters. And see, what happens is they bite the wrong tree. They eat from the wrong tree just because they want knowledge and stuff. And then they bite the forbidden apple, and then next that's why civilizations get destroyed, and they call it the snake that eats itself and destroys itself, because it destroys what it creates. That's not the natural process. That's not the natural way it's supposed to be. What happened is ancient times. I mean, it happens, every great once in a while. I mean, I can actually feel when it's time, because it's almost like Highlander, and then you're like, woof, and then you go, whoa, something's wrong, and you can feel their waves that they're coming in, which is about 2006, and then you start feeling the connections, and things start going differently. Like, that's why the world's changed right now, and that's why everything's gone haywire, and the dams, which I call the Vogue, so that way I'm not kicking over tables like Jesus, but right now I'm kicking over these people's tables, because I don't give a F, because I mean, I know who they are, and they're messing with my son, and I got to get them out of here, to go where the golden goose goes, every winter, what I mean? But but the thing is that in ancient times, it was when, like, demigods, were connected to the zodiac, but some people were connected to a computer, but some people had that natural thing. And back in ancient times, when they said, like if you think that that, like, during the ages of, like, Aries and Zeus and Neptune, and you think it's fake or whatever, but it's not. That stuff happened. It's not fake. It's not mythical. It's not tales of stories. I mean, these are actual stories that happened, that just got a little bit shined up, polished up. I mean, the reason why Odin, became a god, because he hung himself, and he didn't hang himself. He hung the person that was in his head, and he lost an eye, which so he gets wisdom. But what happened is he lost an eye because he became an all-seeing eye in the sky. And see, these are actual tales. Like Thor, they call him a thunder god because people were connected to these people. And then these demons, that connect there. They turned it into small C9, and they put Lucifer just recently. I mean, maybe the past 20 years, going, oh yeah, he's a light bringer. It's because of him is why we are so freaking enlightened and this and that today and stuff like that. Why are you still poor? He keeps you people down. You people can live as long as Moses and all those ancient times, and still be strong. I mean, underneath this helmet, my hair is my color. There's no grays. There's grays here, but there's no grays on my head. And all my organs are not aged. They actually healed. My armor is metaphysical because it's the armor of God. Let that sink in your head. Christianity, the Bible was written about me. It was written for me. And Jesus, they put him on a donkey and rode him into freaking Israel or Jerusalem. Me, freaking these like Dodge Ram actually used me as a billboard, put it on Instagram, and then it's got this because I'm a steel cowboy. I used to be an iron worker. That's why a lot of music talks about the steel. That's me. And reinventing the steel, Pantera. That's me reinventing the steel because I turned my armor into metaphysical healing. So all these weapons that you people don't feel because you're desensitized, those weapons are breaking up your organs, and if you don't have very good genes, you'll wind up getting cancer or something else, or if you're not using your immune system because it's broken down through going through your genes, and you're going through different races or different people with bad genes, and you're mixing with humans or whatnot. And if you're a star seed or whatever, then your genes are good if you keep it to a certain type of people. And my destiny is mostly Pisces, and I'm always really close to Pisces. So then that's what makes my genes a little bit better. It's just what was prophesied. And see these, the genes and all of that, with you taking vaccines and this and that, it just breaks down the beautiful system that you have that was made by our Creator. And see, our Creator is, and because they try to call him the beast, and see, the Bible has a couple authors, the prophets, which try to help humanity, but they had to say it in parables. People don't understand parables unless they're heightened, and unless they're the ones that are the one. People don't understand parables. I do. I can translate every parable that's on the Bible, but I mean, it just depends on if people want to listen. And you guys won't know it because you're fluoridated. I got teeth and they all work, but I mean, I don't brush my teeth with fluoridation. I haven't since when I was a kid, and plus I got Magneto, the reverse polarity magnet helmet, and that healed my brain. That breaks you past the levee, where they block you from knowing that what's out there. And see, you guys got to understand, today these people. I mean, I could explain history, but I mean, my clock runs out. And I gotta connect all these videos and stuff like that. But there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to know. But these people, I mean, they got poles outside their yard, maybe with a birdhouse on top. They may have a round disc antenna on the side of their roof, UHF, VHF antenna on their roof. And those old VHF and UHF channels aren't existing anymore. It's gone digital. So why would you need that old antenna? Because they use ham radios, and ham radios is that pineal gland going in that ancient computer hieroglyph. Ham radio operators, they use that computer. And then the star drones. That's why in Enoch they talk about the flies, the Lord of the Flies, and those drones are flies, and they look like stars. But I seen one drop down going towards Frisco, and it was about the size of a twin bed, 4 propellers, and it was all powder blacked out, looking like, if you look up Nightingale security drones, it looks just like that. They break down humanity. they've been here for quite a while. Ever since biblical time and ancient times. Now back to that story. See, in biblical time, I mean, the Watchers infiltrated, the old gods, which gods used actually natural energy, and they filtrated it through the pyramids and stuff, and they would lock in some of these demons and stuff, and so that's a long story too, but see, which created free energy and stuff like that, and they can move things around, and see, this energy is not filtered. So if you're a movie star, you'll live a while and look good. But see, why do you think those movie stars are growing old now? Because of me. Because this is what I am, and I'm here to stay, and my armor's eternal. It's not only bulletproof, but at the same time, if you shield your core with the armor of God, you shield your brain, you got Magneto, you can live for as long as you want. But the problem is we got these people that are apple biters that are pretending that they're God, and you got Pat Robertson. Oh, just a minute here, God's talking to me, and it's not. It's an apple biter. It's a demon. See, God punished those people in Genesis. It says, "Do not eat from the forbidden tree and the forbidden apple," which is Aries. See, the father they call the beast is not the devil. I mean, he's the All-Father, the Creator. From your tip of your nose to your brows, that's the sign of Aries, the symbol of Aries. From your navel above your chest is the symbol of Aries, which is the key. The key to life is your organs and stuff. You keep them healthy and you can live forever. That's why they were living in ancient time for a long time. But the more the population rises, the more they work to break down everybody. And don't think you're immune, because you're not. And don't listen to that voice going, "Oh, we're going to use you for the new world, and you're going to help build, and you got skills or something." Nope. They want it quiet, because it's like a bee. If they got these frequencies going, they're coming out with these radios out here, and that's why San Diego is freaking jam-packed with people. Jam-packed, and they keep coming in, because the frequencies is like the queen bee, and all the worker bees, they all gather. And there's a lot of people that work for this outpost of what they're doing, and there's workers and stuff like that, and there's people with smart TVs, that sit there, and they get this eye, and it goes in, and it's in their eye, and they can see inside where it's supposed to be a two-way highway, and so they block you with some flashy light or whatever. You can push in your eyeballs, and then it goes all white and goes like a screen. And then you could see past their blocking light or whatever, and then they do a number to you guys, and see, that's what they're trying to do, is depopulate us. Don't take the jab; it'll coagulate your blood, and they stop them, and then you see people going, and freaking next, they croak, you know what I mean, and they probably beat down a lot of you and scare you. It takes about 3 or 4 fucking excuse my language, pushes to push through, the levee where you get onto the other side. And I mean, you gotta heighten yourself and push through. And probably best if you're armored like me. And that's why Aries comes in back in Greek times. See, Aries slays these people because he's a badass, and that's Aries. See, you people are going to wind up having a call for me. I know where they're at, and you people, there's no way you're going to get close to them, because they'll just jack you up. And they're going to hurt you people. They're breaking you people down. They want you gone. They want to start a whole new civilization. They got robots now. They're pushing this government and these corporations and a lot of these other things to get things going. See, I stopped them. And that's why a lot of countries want to go with gold and something else, because America's falling. You know what I mean? And they're trying to get next to Russia, because they're trying to get their Starlink or whatever to get closer to them, so they could start locking in and taking over their minds as well. And I got to get over there, because I got the best shielding ever. And these people block you people from me, because all my shielding works, and it pulls you out, heals your brain, and brings you back to life. That's why I'm so full of life. And you don't have to take their SHIT. And I'm telling you people, these people are all around us. And they hire these people when they're young. They're expendable youth. And they lock them in there and they can't do anything. Most of the time I think it's a computer, and I know darn right it's this one guy in Lakeside, and if you Google Earth it, you'll see this trailer park where it has like an eye and another housing place by Lake Jennings, and you'll see this eye in these communities. And if you look from Google Earth, you can see different designs in the housing project. The way it looks, like one has a bird over here right by the Marine base in Oceanside in the front gate, and there's a bunch of apple biters here, and they watch you. They watch you when you're naked. If you're having sex with your wife or anybody else, this is the thing where Adam and Eve, they got taken out of the garden. That's why I call them apple biters, because they've been pulled out of the garden of life. So they can't live life. That's why they got, people, bringing in food, or a wife or someone else that's not locked in, and they pull people in, and they lock them in, and they're taken out of life. See, but in these days, the government, they're like King Solomon, where you try to enslave a demon, and it will enslave you because you give it power and all the whatever money and whatever, and you support them, and it winds up enslaving you. And then towards the end of your civilization, when they're done with you, because you gave them power, they create wormwood, and wormwood destroys their civilization. You know what I'm saying? And see, this is where we're at. They got to do something with the population, so they're going to depopulate. And see, they're already thinking about, they're trying to fool you by Biden's going, oh yeah, I'm going to create jobs and stuff like that. Yeah, right. And industry, yeah, right. They took that off of me because that's what I want. I was trying to tell these apple buyers, otherwise they have no help. They won't be able to do anything. That's just a hoax. But then at the same time, they put in this Asian guy, and he's lying, because Aries is the human lie detector. And I could look at people. He wasn't really looking at people, was kind of like eye shy. And he had this look like he was doing something that he shouldn't have done, because Asian people are easy to read. And he wasn't doing anything honorable. And so that was a fake gun thing where that guy, come on, that guy's coming in like this and stuff like that. And the guy catches him, and they stop it right there. Come on. You got a gun, you're pointing at the guy. You're not going to raise it like you're going to hit him with a bat. What are you doing rushing a guy like that if you got a gun? Doesn't make sense. It's fake. Fake, 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 fake. And then they put him on there, and they go, oh, everybody's all clapping him. Oh, it's a national hero. We're going to take away your automatic weapons, and we're going to take away your guns. People, they're going to try to do it. They're going to make all kinds of fake videos. Everything you see probably these days are fake. All those newscasters, and you wonder why they're always up in early in the morning. Do you think they go to a news studio and wake up super early, like 3 o'clock in the morning, and they're doing news, or they're still doing news? And you think, wow, geez, I just woke up super early so I can get into work early, and the news is already playing. You think they travel from a certain place to do the news? Nope. They do it from their living room or whatever, their little room where they set it up, and they'll have a green screen behind them. Same thing with the government. You think they're at the White House? Nope. Once you have some people over there in Washington, and just watch, you won't see any movement. Be like a ghost town. I guarantee they're in the side of that mountain, hiding out until the all-seeing eye, or whatever the heck's up there, destroys everything, because it's starting to infiltrate everything around us. And these people are in Oceanside, California. They're kind of like all over the place, but mostly trailer parks and the old housing area by bases. And see, they'll take away, they'll make sure to try to get you on the street. Mostly a lot of people, they're either probably doing drugs or a TI that's like an angel, because in these times, this is where demigods, gods, and freaking Spartans and Olympians or whatever, they fight for control. And see, they got a lot of people and a lot of technology for this time, because they're doing it for Son of Man, and they're doing it trying to get me out of here, because my natural connection is to all the people around the world. They cut that off. And a little bit of their people can hear me and stuff like that, because, they're taught right. They're taught about not Florida and this and that and here and there. And see, these are people inside their homes. You know what I mean? And the news and everything. And see, they're telling these government officials and people that, oh, you're demigods and stuff. No, the only thing that makes you a real demigod or a real god or whatever is the zodiac. And that's what I'm